Hey, it's Dave Austin, and it's 12 noon California time on a Monday. And I've been consistently bringing you what I call game readies. At the end of my first of a thought or theme of this particular Facebook Live, we'll do a game ready because it's what's going to keep you seeing and living the life, living into the life you love. That's what's important to me is continually, it's consistency in anything. It's, you know, in Beast Mode On, our 30-day challenge, we talk about rewiring your brain and ways to rewire it so that your brain starts working for you in every aspect. And so part of what I do on these Mondays is help you see something that actually, you know, I'm not going to go into the complete scientific proof to it, but there's a lot of scientific proof into showing that what I'm telling you absolutely works for you. You'll just find it will work for you in your life. And I see Tony Bodo is on the line. Thank you. And Julie, I'll say Jay Michelle, so that we'll keep that private between us. But thank you for joining us today. You know, I'm talking about the danger zone, and it's a zone. It's so easy for us to fall prey to, so easy for us to fall into. And I'm going to tell you some pretty significant, and there's some scientific fact to back this up. I'm going to share a little bit of a Stanford research and also UC Davis research that shows you how important it is for you to stay in tune to your thoughts and stay in tune to the words that you speak. And Jeanette, thank you for coming on. Awesome that you're here with us today. Awesome. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about, when I talk about the danger zone, what is the danger zone? It's when you start, you catch yourself complaining. Do you know that in research, they find that you complain every minute when you're in conversation, sometimes when you're talking about something, and you don't even know the effect that you're having on yourself and on others the moment you start complaining. It's amazing, and I'm going to hopefully share this that wakes up you to a point that you go, wow, I never even understood how important it is that I stay positive with my thoughts and the things that I do. So I'm not going to just leave you hanging. I'm going to tell you the parts of how threatening it can be to us when we get into this complaining, blame, criticism, judgment role that we fall into so easily. Yeah, I'm going to open your eyes to that. But guess what? I'm also going to give you the way to combat it, the way to step out of that instantly, so that we really do need to pay attention and wire our brains properly. I mean, just like in our home, when our wires are all aligned up, we have lights. I have lights on right now. You know, everything is working perfectly because the wires are lined up perfectly. So when I push the switch, the lights are going to come on. Now, if the wires aren't aligned and something's off, when I push the switch, the lights don't come on. Well, we aren't any different. And that's why it's so important to wire your brain, because what we do consistently is what we're doing to wire our brains into actually always there for us or sometimes working against us. That's why I do these consistently on Monday now. I'm always going to come up with something that's going to give you a little bit of insight so that you go, didn't think about that. Maybe I'm going to pay more attention now in the future into my thoughts and what I say. My words are powerful. My words are very powerful. So here's what really happens. In some research at Stanford University, they did some research, and when they studied when you are in the complaining mode, you actually, they've noticed that it's called the hippocampus. Hippocampus is an area in your brain that it's an area actually where it's your solving problem area, it's your intelligent thought area in your brain. Well, they find that when you start complaining, it actually decreases in size. And the more you decrease it in size, obviously, that's pretty dangerous, you know, for you as far as being able to solve problems, being able to do things that your creative mind could solve easily. The smaller you make it, the more challenging it is. So they've actually proven that when you're complaining, and here's the issue with complaining, it's the biggest problem of it, is that your brain's going to go whichever is easiest for it to go to. So it's easy to start complaining. And then what happens is that once you start complaining about a situation, it's easier to complain again. And so it becomes habitual. And so your brain gets wired. It actually gets wired so that that's the easy way to solve, or in your mind, you think that's the easy way to do it, is just complain or criticize or blame others. It's what you're doing is it's actually more damaging than you know. So we just talked about that it decreases your hippocampus. Well, guess what? That's what happens in Alzheimer's disease. That's the thing that gets dissolved, and that's why Alzheimer's disease is there. So you got to pay attention to this, because this is fact, not fiction. So I know that, like with judgment, sometimes our greatest gifts, we don't even allow ourselves to let it shine, because we'll judge, well, who am I to do this? Or someone else judges us, or we judge someone else. So all we're doing is triggering that there's actually a stress hormone. It's called cortisol. Cortisol is the name of the stress hormone. And when you release that into your system through criticism, through judgment, negative judgment, what you're doing is that's where that hormone really brings up your blood pressure. So it raises your blood pressure. It really works against your immune system too. So these are facts. These are not fiction. So the next time that you find, and don't blame yourself now. See, that's the other thing. Don't judge and say, gee, I do a lot of that. Just see for what it is now. Open your eyes to the possibilities now that, you know what? Complaining about a situation isn't the best way to go, because it will cause more damage on me personally than the complaining does. It has more power to it. And then here's another thought that's very interesting, is what that does for others around you. Do you know, when we all know now how bad smoking is for us, right? We know that smoking is not something that's going to give us a long, healthy life. Smoking, really damages our whole, we put that smoke into our system, we are just poisoning our whole system. And so I've had several dear friends who have passed on because of having lung cancer, and not that they smoked. Here's the thing, they didn't smoke, but they were stewardess. And they used to have this whole crew that I know, I have had this happen a couple times where I've heard this, where the crew, was flying the long flights to Europe, and they didn't even smoke. But because they used to allow smoking in planes, all that whole crew have passed on now because of lung cancer. And I have another dear friend that was a stewardess as well. So the damage of smoking wasn't just to the person smoking, it was the people around them. Well, guess what? Criticism has the same effect. If you're around people that criticize or complain a lot, it's contagious, unfortunately. So, you really want to remove yourself from those situations. Why put yourself, if you think of it in the terms of what I just said, hey, Laura, thank you. Why put yourself in a situation where you're around someone that's feeding off of constant complaining, constantly telling you this story? For some reason, they just got to tell this story over and over again that's a negative story. So allow yourself to either remove yourself from that or put a positive spin. Be the light for that person to step out of darkness, because they're in darkness. They cannot see what they're doing themselves. But you sometimes, if you aren't awake to it, will get captured by it too. So it's very, very important. And here's the key. And they did research at UC Davis on this, which is really cool. So here's the two areas and steps that I think are very powerful when you start seeing yourself get into complain mode, or you get into criticizing mode. That's so damaging again to yourself and those around you. Is one, the moment you start to step into that, and they did research and saw how it rewired the brain, is start tapping into gratitude. Stop right at that moment and think about the things you're grateful for. And then when you do that, it starts shifting your whole energy, and that hormone that I talked about, that's a hormone that's damaging, can even cause strokes, it stops releasing. And now all of a sudden, you're wiring yourself differently, because remember, what you do becomes habits. And so the moment, if you can trigger into, take that moment, take a breath, and what am I grateful for? So now you're shifting away from the criticism. You're shifting away from that energy that's not healing to your soul. Here's the second thought, that, okay, if you're going to criticize something and you see something that needs, adjusting, is that you come from a positive point of the solution-driven thought. So when that, instead of just complaining, this, stop, take a moment, think about what you're grateful for, shift your energy. Now see how can I take a different look at this? And so you're now, if you're complaining, and I'll say it's even a different energy, you're solving rather than just complaining. You're coming from a solution thought. So look to see how and what can drive you to create a better scenario because of the situation, rather than just let it be something that's going to take everyone down. So I'm going to challenge each and every one of you that either are with me now live, or those that are going to watch this video. This is what I'm going to challenge you with. Just try it for 7 days. And between now and next Monday, where I come on again, just try, go into the no criticism zone. Go into the no complaining mode. The moment you do it, just catch yourself and do this little practice of, what am I grateful for? What are the good things? And what is a positive solution to this that I'm about to complain about? It just shifts everything around. This is what we're talking about in rewiring your brain. So if you can say, you know what, David Corbin, great man to illuminate. That's his, he talks about illuminating issues. Illuminate them so you put a light on it. Well, I want you to put a light on when you're about to complain. I want you to think about, what am I grateful for, and what's the solution driven? So you're taking a positive step instead of a negative step. And remember what I told you about as far as secondhand smoke. It's just as, you being that complainer, being around, it's like other people having that secondhand smoke. And same goes for you when you're around people complaining all the time. Either remove yourself, because you know what, you don't want to be in that environment, or be the light that helps them out of their darkness without complaining, but just helping them become aware. So here's what I'm asking each and every one of you to do, is post on the comment part of this video, just say, I am in. Just put that phrase, I am in, meaning that you'll take this 7-day challenge of just being aware of that moment when you're going to criticize, you're going to judge someone, you're going to blame someone, you're going to complain about something. Let's have a week of no complaining. I mean, is it possible? Is it possible? Dave Corbin, you're in. I'm excited. Thank you for being in. This is challenging. But you know what? If you're going to be a champion, there are challenging moments. You'll be amazed if you put your antenna up and start paying attention to your thoughts. And Jay, Michelle, you're in. I love it. I love it. The more that we're in, the more energy we spread, the better we all are, because where 2 or 3 are gathered in this energy, there the greater I am is. So there you go. There you have it. So let's do our game ready now, the visualization, so we step into that which we would love to see in our life. Al Patterson, big wave Al Patterson. Great to have you. And again, I can't even, when I see Al Patterson, I can't stop but say the incredible, when I talk about, be part of the solution, don't be part of complaining. So Al is from South Africa. Great time for him to come on right now, because this is perfect with what we're talking about. And so he loves animals, and he even had some questions. Why did I call it Be a Beast? Because a beast for him meant something differently than it means for us that are in the Beast program. But he's doing something about the problem of killing these amazing animals in Africa. He's not just sitting by. He's not just complaining about it. What he's doing is taking positive action. So he's actually taking a negative and taking a positive solution. Going to Africa, making people aware. He's got a campaign going on right now that helps open people's eyes. You can contribute to it. You'll see his name here. Go to his Facebook page and learn more about it. But that's a perfect example of what we're talking about. Instead of just complaining, what he's doing is turning it into a positive. He's going to be the change maker. The change maker in seeing that these incredible gifts to us, these animals, amazing animals, are going to stay And we're not going to just, in a few years, our kids and our grandkids and their grandkids are not going to live in a world where elephants don't exist or lions don't exist because they're being killed for whatever reason, ego, whatever the reason is. We can't let that happen to our world, basically. So now we're going to go into, I love it, David Corbin, wake up. Love it. Illuminate. I love it. Right on. So think about, it's Monday. What are the things you want to accomplish this week? And what are the things we talked about in the last few weeks about, really setting goals and seeing goals. And the more you see it, the more it becomes. So just take this moment. I want you to take this moment and be grateful. Be grateful for the things you do have. Be grateful for, even if there are areas of challenge, that you get to be there to take it on. And now you take it on with a new strength, because now you're not afraid of it. It's no longer dark, as David Corbin says. Don't leave it in darkness. Illuminate it. Put it right out there. See it. It doesn't have the power over you when you bring it into the light. So take this moment. Laura's in. I love it. Be grateful. Be grateful for that what you have. It's such a powerful feeling when you tap into gratitude. Now go ahead, in this feeling now that you have in gratitude, and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to see a gate, any kind of gate, and I want you to pass through the gate. Now, as you pass through the gate, you come into this place that's so beautiful, place in nature, place you've been to before, a combination of places, or, you're co-creating it now. See the beauty of this place that you've decided to step into. And just appreciate it. And I know, Al, I want you to see all the animals thriving because of some of the aspect of the things that you've been willing to do and able to say yes to. You start seeing them thriving in this beautiful part of the world that you come from. See it clearly and just appreciate the beauty of it all. As you appreciate the beauty around you, nature loves to be appreciated, so it just radiates an energy. You're now tapping into this energy. Allow yourself to just feel it and breathe it in. Now breathe it in through your nose, all the way deep, and then release. Out your mouth. Really breathe it in deep, and even hold for a moment longer. Let it just really come into you. And then release. With every breath, you breathe in the fire of life. You breathe in it deep within you. You're setting your fire deep within you so that you have this extra strength that you're allowing yourself to tap into. Now, in that strength, I want you to see your next gate. And when you go through that gate, there you are in your life. And see yourself just absolutely taking all the little steps to achieve that which sometimes maybe even seem impossible. But the possible is becoming possible because you're seeing it. See it and feel what it's like to achieve it. And celebrate it. Give it a yes. And feel that all the way through. Even though there may be challenges that you went through, you're now blessing those challenges because those challenges are what created you to be right here, right now, celebrating the victory of having that which you desire. Having that which you saw over and over again in your mind, so that your subconscious mind was there to support you in it rather than to fall away from it. See yourself fully in that. Take that in. You can see it so clearly. All the little steps that have created you in this moment to achieve this which you desire. You're now becoming the creator of your destiny rather than the reactor. Because you can see it and own it. Rejoice in it. Be grateful already. Now, in the strength of that, go ahead and take one more look at it. I know I have a lot of professional athletes that follow what I do. See yourself. I know some of you are about ready to go into the championship in the NFL. Allow yourself to see yourself just really enjoying of being so, letting your gifts shine and be more focused on everything that you do rather than what might happen. You're now just focused on your gift and letting your gifts be the power that achieves everything. Come back through the gate, come back into this place in nature. So good to see yourself living life so fully. Living a life of positive progression Every day taking a step in a positive direction rather than allowing criticism or negativity or blame getting in the way of your true gifts. Because the more you complain about something else, the more you affect yourself from allowing yourself to be in this place of beauty. Because now you've brought yourself back into this place of nature. Take it in again. Enjoy it. Feel energized here and see a well of water. Drink from it. Be nourished by it. Feel the power within you that there's a strength beyond you that you can tap into. So you might have some crazy idea of doing something that's going to make such a big impact. But all of a sudden it's not so crazy because you've said yes. And now you're allowing yourself to see it. You're allowing yourself to tap into this beautiful energy that's going to support you in achieving it. So walk strongly in that. And walk back through the gate. Open your eyes. Have an incredible week. Have an incredible day. It's another Monday. Another week to live fully. And yeah, there might be times where you go, gee, how's that going to be done? Well, keep visualizing and seeing it, and the answers just come up. Because the moment you step into living like this, and you're in this positive momentum, beautiful things take place. And the moment you catch yourself about ready to criticize or blame or complain, stop, because you now know. And if you came on late on this video, see the beginning part of the video. Watch the video at that first part when we talked about the research done at Stanford, the research done at UC Davis. There's proof behind this. This is not just me in La La Land. Now, I have more proof than, over the years. I've worked in this work for so long now. I've seen it. I've seen it in my own life. And I can see where I've taken falls and I've stepped in the wrong place. I've gone down that wrong path. And I'm just committed to every day growing and being better. So if you're in, say I'm in. Just comment. I'm in. I'm in. And let's just see what happens. Catch yourself this week. We're going to have some glorious conversations about it later on. Go ahead and feel free to email me with something that maybe comes up. daa@extremefocus.com. That's my personal email address. If something pops up from doing this practice, share it. Because whatever you share with me is going to give us an opportunity to learn more and share it with others. So thanks for being on. Game ready, baby. Game ready. You're ready for the week. Take it on. Love it. And I'll talk to you next week. And those that are on Beast Mode On, we got a call Wednesday, and we just keep advancing. We're diving in, and we just keep taking one step, and then we give another step. We are absolutely rewiring our brains so that we have it lined up so that we can be the best of who we are and let that come in. And Tony Bodo, baby, you are definitely in. Thank you. All right. Talk to you later.